Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Confessions of a Gaming Girl podcast. I'm your host, Doom Cutie, and today we are joined by the amazing panel. As always, we have the effervescent Ellie.
Hello.
And we have the, I was going to say shagalicious, but I don't think I'm allowed to say that.
I was going to go for like shit stirring. I was like, well, we got effervescence, right? So yeah, that makes sense. Ellie's got an E. What's an S1 for Shay? Oh, I know, shit stirring Shay. It works.
Welcome in to another episode. We are up to episode 13, which is kind of amazing. Love to see it. And we love to see you in the chat as well. If you are listening to this audibly, we actually do have a visual version of the podcast. We can see our little faces.
And I pull some goddamn faces. So does Ellie, actually. Like, if you ever scroll back through any of our episodes and just look at Ellie, sometimes she's like, oh, I'm so cute, la la la, and the other time she's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
What you mean?
Thoughts, outside face. That's what it ends up being. And I've been screenshotted a couple of times because of it. Ugh.
Yes, I did one. It was so good.
It's very maybe perhaps it's a memeable Ellie and a quotable Shay.
Oh my god, people should like mix and match our quotes and memes. So some of Ellie's faces with some of the random crap I've said, or vice versa. Hey, because we've all said some weird stuff on here. I think it would be the best game, right? Like you can try and match the quote to the person, or you could just go, "It's okay, I'll create my own."
Perhaps for the end of season 3, we can do a "Who Said That."
That would be so good.
That would be sensational. Write that down. Someone write that down.
Where's Dolphin? We need Dolphin there. They're so reliable. Dolphin, help us. We're going to forget.
I'm not sure Dolphin is with us today, but that is totally fine.
That's illegal.
Illegal.
Unfortunately, he does have a life outside of us. I know that's hard to believe, but
no. He's a dolphin, right? Dolphins don't have lives. Dolphins just vibe and look majestic, and then get really creepy. Okay, like that's not our dolphin. Our dolphin seems too cool for that, but like I refuse to believe it.
I completely agree. Also, I would like to wish everyone a happy Chinese New Year. Happy Lunar New Year.
Yeah.
It's the year of the snake, right?
Correct, it is.
Fuck yeah.
I was going to look up what year we all are.
I know mine.
Yeah, I got a fucking
What's
rooster.
yours? You're a rooster. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think luck just hated me, yeah?
Oh, wait.
Ellie, what'd you get? You got something cool, right?
I'm a rat.
You're right.
Cute. They're at least cute.
They are cute.
Okay.
They clean themselves, whereas mice don't. So we're not the stinky ones.
This is valid. What'd you get? What'd you get?
Goat.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is we're all farmyard critters. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Stack'ems. So Doom, you're the biggest creature. I will stand above you. And then Ellie, we'll put a little harness on my rooster back and you can ride as a tiny rat. And together, we can probably put on a little trench coat, maybe terrorize some children. I think we can really make it work. Yeah.
That's sensational. If the mental image, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently there's other things around that though, like for example, I'm a metal goat.
Textures
yeah,
and
like
materials.
elements.
Wait,
I suppose.
What texture rooster am I?
Texture.
Yeah.
It means I have stable fortune, which
okay.
I'm not seeing that yet. I'm not feeling that yet.
Like, how does that feel in a real sense?
Well, that's a spring chicken, Doom. I think you've got many a decade ahead of you to see that. They don't put a time frame on it. It could be now, it could be later.
There's going to be at least one point where I feel stable. How nice.
I don't know, man. I'm not sold.
You're not sold?
I don't know. I'm still trying to look up what texture I am as a rooster. I'm sorry.
What texture? What year is it? What 1990?
I'm December 1993. I don't know if the month makes a difference, but yeah, I'm year of the rooster,
does,
so I know that
doesn't it?
one.
Because the lunar year is different.
You're a water rooster, I think.
Oh. Yeah, no, what? Yeah, okay, so people born in the year of the rooster are said to be talented, brave, and self-reliant. They're also said to be warm-hearted, compassionate, helpful to others. However, they may be sensitive and struggle to show their feelings. Oh, fuck off. I don't like how accurate that is. I didn't need to be... What the hell is this water business? What do you got, Ellie?
I'm looking at mine. I'm currently searching what my texture is.
Okay, this is not Minecraft, ladies. Okay, this is the Chinese zodiac. It's very special and important.
Yeah, and it's I'm a water rooster.
I got the best one.
What'd you get?
Fire rat? Are you kidding me?
She's a fire rat.
A flamey ball of cuteness. Oh my god,
are you kidding me?
Cute.
Oh my god. I need a poster of that, like stashed.
Yeah.
Are you joking me? That's like my favorite weapon in a video game. Like
fire rat. You just fling a fire rat at somebody?
I mean, yes, I normally in Fortnite, I really love throwing the firefly jars where you break and you light things on fire. But I just need to swing it, like the rat won't get hurt, but I need to swing it around. No. Yeah, and then they light things on fire and then scurry back to me, kind of like the fire little gecko in Frozen.
Oh, I'm keen. And look, as a metal goat, I feel like you'd be super effective at ramming things.
I sound like a bowl. I sound like a bowl.
You would take someone's knees out, and I'm proud.
A fire-breathing rat, a water rooster,
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell water's for.
Look, put out the fires I accidentally make.
What? No, I want to encourage them. What is that? I wish to encourage. Oh, here we go. Water, responsiveness, persuasion, sympathy, and perfectionism. Oh, again, why are you going to hit me with that? Okay, and then fire is passion, vitality, brightness, and bursts of energy. That's pretty good for you. And then middle is solidity, willpower, determination, presence, and workaholism. Yeah, the workaholism. Yeah, that's definitely Doom.
Workaholism.
Yeah, solidarity, willpower, determination, persistence, workaholism. Yep.
First of all, you listen here, madam. I got enough from our lovely guest last week about how hard I work and how many ideas I have and how many things I want to do. And now you're calling me out live.
I'm just telling you what the Lunar New Year thing says. I would never give you shit. I can't even lie. I'm so sorry. I would absolutely give you shit, but it makes your face every time. It makes you feel better. Like, what's the point of giving someone shit behind their back? How will they know you've said it? No. To their face.
Look, I'd rather you give it to my face.
Exactly, okay? Right?
Straight on my face.
Fucking hell, dude.
Oh my goodness!
This is a really good start to episode 13. I love it. It's lucky 13.
I was actually hoping some people in the chat might put their years and like figure it out. But anyway, put it in Discord, okay? Put it in Discord, and we'll chat about it. And if you're not part of the Discord, what's wrong with you? If you're not part of the Discord, I don't know how do you do the thing?
Oh, exclamation mark Discord. If we've got our commands going.
Oh yeah, exclamation point Discord.
We do not.
Oh,
so
Shay's attempted to. That's very funny.
Sorry. No, that's okay. I can add it because I think I'm a mod anyway. Oh god. Sorry. Can you give me the link to how I add things? Sari is my mod, and Sari is a beautiful human being. And I don't know how to do half the things that a mod does. But Sari is magical and knows all of the secrets to the interwebs, and it's beautiful.
That's why we have mods, of course. So the people that know. The people that don't, the camera people. We just call on amazing mods.
Yeah.
There you go. There it is, Discord. I will say on how to actually customize that link, but there it is. It's in the chat, and if you're listening, it'll be in the description. Don't worry about it, love. Okay, this week, what have you been playing, Ellie?
I've not been up to too much at the moment, actually, but I did dive back into Fortnite because I heard of the rumor that Godzilla was there, and I was like, I gotta see this thing for myself.
Okay, so
he was there. He was, but also like it was the weirdest thing from the bus. So you're coming onto the island, and then there's King Kong. Like King Kong is on the island with his big, juicy ape-loving arms. He's on the island. I'm like, oh, I thought it was a Godzilla thing. Maybe it was a creative I didn't know about. Whatever. Nay. And then he goes, roar, gets angry, jumps into the air into a portal or a rift, and then he's gone. So I don't know Fortnite lore enough at the moment to know why my man was so cranky and angry and he just Z'd it out here. But then you play the game as normal, and then out of nowhere you get a notification that Godzilla has landed, and Godzilla's there. And apparently there's a portal somewhere that whoever gets there first gets to be Godzilla. So Godzilla is a player.
Oh,
and you can take him down. But just hearing like the warm up of Godzilla's like, what do you call it? Like a ray gun out of his gob is like terrifying.
Yeah.
Like that. Like the really bassy.
So they did a really good job at the sound design then. That's fantastic.
Yeah, too good. It's spoopy. So I just like to look from a distance and I'm like, hi.
I keep seeing people crying that in their groups, squads, whatever, that they don't get a turn at Godzilla. And like
not fast enough.
Yeah, well, I think people try to like, I guess he has like the portals would have spots where it could potentially be, and maybe there's a pattern to that. I don't know. And then obviously people might camp that, and then their mates are like, no, it's my turn, you know, or all that stuff. So yeah, I see what you mean. Godzilla is huge, like, and being from that vantage point, you can see like probably like a third of the island. Like that's insane.
Yeah, Yuji Bougie, and he's just walking in slow-mo and like having the grandest of times. And then there's rail guns that have been added so you can like attack him. But the issue is it happens all the time when there's something new on the island, you go in there all excited. I shot at him. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm doing like
just laugh.
I'm doing the damage. And it just goes rawr, and it kills me, just one rawr, and I was dead. So I came back and realized maybe don't anger the walkie lizard and just observe.
Giant lesbians.
Yeah, I think I might take it on even if I was in a duo or, you know, trio or squad. But me on my soulies, TQ was a bit freaked out. So it was great though.
Good times. I haven't played Fortnite in ages. But you know, it's an interesting game, and I just feel like they're constantly just coming up with something new, you know, a new collab, and you just never know what's coming. Like, and it's just it's a vibe. I like it.
I mean, I was shocked when they had the Xenomorphs, like with Alien, and having Ellen Ripley. Like that to me was like, that's one of my favorite ever franchises. Of course, it's a classic in horror, and it was so, I was like, no, that can't be true. And then I went onto the store and there is like Miss Ellen Ripley and everything. Like I saved up. It's not expensive, but like I don't keep aside Fortnite money in my bank account. Like I'm spending that on like other fun things. And then I was like, no. I
like
need
tattoos.
I need to stop tattooing for like 5 minutes to buy myself. So, and it was expensive. I think like if you equate it to like real world dollars, it was like $40 or $50 to get Ellen Ripley, the Xenomorph, and the gliders and stuff, and the back bling. It was like expensive. Okay. Well, it was 2 packs and you had to buy them separately. But like, it was quite expensive in real world money for just some things you wear occasionally, but so worth it. And I also got the Predator, which I absolutely love. Predator's really cool of that universe. And then outside of that, there's like the Terminator and other classic films. But their connection, Terminator's there, Terminator's been there. And I think the connection for younger players is really, really cool to connect to these sort of old, like there's like Batman and stuff, which, you know, it still dates back like years and years, but having something like that, they might not always be like, oh, it's a classic, but I'm not going to watch it. Like the Terminator.
They may not have even heard of it because the Terminator's like before our time as well. Like we know about it because I think there was a sequel that came out when we were quite young. And also like, you tend to know about at least some of the stuff in the generation before yours, but the generation after ours has really no reason to know about the Terminator except for maybe memes and maybe some pop culture references. So introducing him in a way that appeals to them might actually encourage them to go back and watch these classic films.
Well, that's what I agree. That's what I reckon. If they, haven't done it before, if their parents haven't had that sort of influence, it is really cool kind of seeing those sort of retro things and vintage things kind of come forward into the spotlight, being like, hey, that's from Fortnite? No, it's from a classic movie. Watch it.
The other thing is too, like, it helps highlight that each generation has nerds. Like, just always, okay? Like, I love it so much. Like, there's not a single generation who's gone, I don't like cool nerdy things. No. Let's not pretend. And I love that. It's a good connection.
A bit of lore, Doom Kitty lore. Terminator is actually one of my favorite like films from back in the day, like more than like Back to the Future. You're either like Back to the Future or you're Terminator, and I'm Team Terminator. I always have been. And
wasn't either. I'm not gonna lie. The main character for Back to the Future, the Doc was cool, right? The dude annoyed the shit out of me. Yeah, annoyed the crap out of me. I was like, my man. No, Doc was cool. I liked Doc. Okay, Doc was fun.
Oh, Marty,
no, you can't do this to me.
I'm so sorry. It just made Marty you know. I dug the hoverboard. That was
one of my.
I just had a brainwave. Imagine. Okay, no. Tim Chalamet as Marty McFly.
Look, I won't be mad at it. Nobody can really have my Michael J. Fox moment. He forever is a little short king. He's beautiful. He was so perfect with Marty McFly. But I wouldn't be mad at it. But I would just, just don't touch it.
A brainwave then.
They had to like recast it, they were like redoing it or something. Like, okay. I would be interested.
Tim Chalamet is what, Wonka?
Yeah.
Wonka? That's Tim Chalamet.
Well, Wonka was a bit like that was crazy. Like that's obviously childhood, but that was taking something and like it's like when they did Jumanji. Yeah, when they did Jumanji, I was livid because I'm like, no, you're flipping the classic like it isn't what it is. And now
Robin Williams, can't.
I'm not going to even lie. The new Jumanji is one of my favorite, like smack on a comedy popcorn flick because I get it. They changed Jumanji then into a video game instead of a board game. Did it need to be Jumanji? Maybe because it'd be too similar if it was called something else like Zathura maybe. But it was really well done. It was a really fun little popcorn flick, and I think that'll be something that I will turn to on a random Friday night, having a couple glasses of wine and some popcorn. Like, it's fun. But I definitely was one of those people like, don't bloody touch my Jumanji. But
I was like that too. I was like, what are you doing? Cease and desist. It's already perfect. You don't need to touch it. Thank you.
No, well, I think, so going back to Terminator, I know we're into films at the moment and we're a gaming podcast, but whatever. Like,
I mean, there's a lot of crossover now for games and film. And it's actually especially within a lot better than it used to. Like, a lot better.
The thing that Terminator has going for it is that there's consistently different timelines and they can get away with putting anyone they want in Sarah Connor and John Connor's place. It doesn't matter. And, the things that go after them are robots. They can look any way they want. So,
It's very good point.
The more different, the better, because you want that variety.
Yeah, that's right. And I just, I think it's smart, but that's me. Good on you, Ellie, for getting back into Fortnite. I know you've gone back to work, so it's a bit stressy-essy, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to just whack on old familiar and have a couple of sessions and then move on with the rest of your night. It's a good time.
I love that, Shay. Speaking of sessions, I saw you. You talk all the bloody time on your stream. I don't know how you do it. So, you don't have to. You do know that, right?
I like talking.
Can't help it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying. If you need, take a breath, babe. Just take a breath.
I literally, like, I looked at it. I genuinely get paid to talk, right? So I'm a lecturer, a senior lecturer, and that's what we do. We have to talk. And then even if I'm not giving a class, I need to be in a meeting or I need to be helping students with something. So I'm always talking. And then, of course, I come on a podcast where if I didn't talk, it would be weird. And then I go on stream where I'm just real chatty, and it's good, right?
Well, that's good.
Like,
I'm glad you enjoy it.
Oh yeah, like
I didn't mean it as a bad thing.
Oh no, I didn't think so. No. I know that like some people will get in game with me and they'll have jumped in the chat and they're like, hey, I'm so sorry, I really love your stuff, but I need to mute you because you're really distracting. And I'm like, that's totally cool. I don't mind.
Oh my gosh.
So I totally get it. Yeah, although I have some people who will go about it the other way and they're really, really like, oh my god, could you stop talking? And I'm like, you can just leave my stream, dude.
It's like, that's funny you ask. The answer is no. It is like, it's not even word vomit. It's actual like cohesive communication. It's just a constant stream of consciousness. So like, the answer is no.
How dare you interrupt my stream of consciousness, my stream of being? This is my spirit you're interrupting.
Exactly. And please know that those weird dumb noises and like little like noises, I make those even when I'm not streaming. It is not unique to me being on camera. When I'm playing League, he does the same thing. Oh my god, actually. So, okay, what I've been playing this week, right? This relates, is Moonstone Island, right? And it's this gorgeous little game that I am just absolutely obsessed with. So you are a little witch and you have to go around to all these different floating islands and discover new biomes and new creatures and stuff like that, right? Love it. It's very relaxing. There is farming to it if you want to, but it's really about the monsters and the dungeons. So it's really cool. So I'm, vibing away, doing my thing, having fun, kind of like relaxing, having a little drinky. Rico's streaming, and then he screams. And I don't mean like I mean like a shit myself, of course. And it turns out the first thing that I do when I get scared is I lash out, either physically or verbally. And of course, my first thing was, dude, what the fuck? Could you shut up? And then afterwards, I'm like, wait a minute, are you okay? Like, are you all right? And he's like, yeah, I just got scared. I'm like, okay.
So you didn't need to tell the whole street. You didn't need to tell the whole suburb. That
trust me,
I can imagine if you're immersed, like even just the littlest thing, you're like, like it's really scary.
It was so sudden, and I was like, so that's what I've been playing this week. I've been trying to keep my stress levels down. I'm currently off work because my heart did some funny stuff. So I've been trying to keep my stress levels down. So I'm playing chill things and stuff, and then I just get this scream and I'm like, just fuck, why? But also the new character for League came out, so I was playing League as well, which is not really that stressful. I think I've just played it too long. She's so broken. Oh my god, she's so broken.
Not tuned yet, obviously.
No, but I don't know how they will manage to balance her considering her very specific abilities. I won't go into it too much here because like not everyone plays League, but she has some abilities that are very different to anything we've seen in the game before, and as a result, people don't know how to counter them. Riot doesn't know how to balance them, and it's really interesting to see how it's shifting gameplay.
I love it when a new character in a video game, especially an MMO, and it just absolutely just smashes everyone because they're new, they're shiny, they want everyone to play the character, so obviously they're going to make them like super overpowerful, and it's just like so good. So yeah, I can imagine that everyone's like, oh my gosh, like, and of course, freaking out about
she's from Arcane, so
yes, you said that.
Yeah, and she's so gorgeous. So for anybody who watched Arcane but maybe hasn't played League, Mel. The lady on the council who has the beautiful gold makeup and gold freckles and everything.
I need to jump on Arcane.
You do, dude. Oh my god, she's the queen.
I haven't watched it.
Multiple people come for me saying, bloody watch it. But it's just, I just haven't got around to it. And I've been watching Squid Game.
That's
sorry. So sue me.
I watched that. I watched the whole thing because I saw Jen making it in The Sims, and I just had to watch it.
That's a good idea. Making it in The Sims. That'd be funny.
Yeah, she makes all kinds of
Terrifying.
there's there's, I mean, there's not exactly machine guns in The Sims, is there? But
if you got the right mods.
No, I don't think she just builds. She's a pro builder. And yeah, she's been on the podcast before, and she made the Squid Game, like where they live, and like where that pink room where they like go up and down the stairs.
That's so impressive. That all of that sort of thing. There's a bunch of people on TikTok that do it actually, where they utilize different things. Like it could be a desk and they half put it in the wall and it takes on a completely different shape. And then they do, they use things for other things. And the creation behind it is so fascinating. And no wonder we're in a society now that we really appreciate those more like relaxing things to watch, like your ASMR and your low stress stuff, Shay, like watching things, like people building stuff on Sims. Like I am not a Sims person. It stresses me out. I think it's my perfectionism. Fire rat. So it's a bit stressful for me. But I like watching people do it who know what they're doing. So it's really fascinating, and that tied with, easy scrolling, it really works on platforms like TikTok and Instagram Reels, that we come across these things where we can just chill out after a very stressful day. I chill out after a stressful day by playing the most horrific horror game that you can get your hands on. That's my relaxing.
I chill out by playing League, one of the most toxic games you can get yourself into.
As a woman, yes.
Even as a dude, man, like no one's safe there. We got it's been a while on League since I've had too much trouble. But last night ended the stream with somebody calling us a slur, like a proper hard ass slur, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think we're gonna call the stream here. I think I've had enough League for tonight.
Was it in reference? Was it like racist end?
Oh yeah, it was the N word, like hard off, properly spelled, like straight up. And it also got censored, but it doesn't censor the first or last, and it has the appropriate amount of stars in for the spelling. And keep in mind, this was in what's called Earth, which is a party mode, like for fun. No ranked, no like high expectations. Everyone gets a random character. You get unlimited mana, and you just go ham and you have fun. And I was like, my dude, why? So anyway, that's what I do to relax after work. Good times.
Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I really want to play something new, and because obviously I'm on a podcast, I want something new to talk about. I want to, bring something interesting in here, and sometimes I just fail at that. So yeah, really, really sorry to to anyone who's expecting something new all the time, but I did jump into to Forza again, Forza Horizon 5. I am a race car gamer. I've played like quite a lot, so yeah. If you're into that, I actually used to. Well, I used to do Forza Fridays on Twitch, and that was when I was, that was a while ago now. And
you should pick that back up, because that sounds like a vibe.
Like fun.
It was a lot of fun, but I just my hardware is not the greatest. But the other day, I randomly jumped on my Twitch account, and I was just fiddling with the settings, because obviously a game like Forza, there's a lot of frames. If it's just a cute, cozy game, you don't have to worry too much. But with even with Disney Dreamlight Valley, which is what I was streaming at the time, directly from my Xbox, I had to turn it down to I think it was 720p, and then is 60 or 30. So yeah, I don't know how that looks in regards to a really fast vehicle. So that is something that I will be playing with. Yeah,
and that can introduce motion sickness, couldn't it? Low frames on a high intensity game.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, and you're zooming around in a car, you need to make sure that it looks good. But hopefully this year I'm going to get a hardware upgrade, hopefully, because I need a new motherboard and stuff like that. So hopefully my fortune will kick in this year.
Should talk to some cheeky tech companies and be like, we'd love to review your stuffs. I'm just saying.
For sure.
Wow.
No, I'm 100% open to all of those opportunities. So yeah, we definitely been working on that in the background. But yeah, so this week it's really just been chill. The girls are playing this game on their iPad, and I don't know how to say it. It sounds weird. It's like Toco World. I think that's what it's
Coco
called.
World.
Yeah,
Okay.
Toco. I keep calling it like Toco Poco Loco. Well, Toco Poco Loco Poco. And yeah, something
Is
like
it
that. And it's
Toca World?
yeah, and it's like side scroll, and you've got a village, and there's little people. There's
Yeah.
they don't really make sounds. You can make the little characters eat poop and stuff, and it's just you can buy. There's so thinking about spending money in a game, you can sink so much money into these cosmetics. You want the little the pink love heart shaped pastry shop. You know, and all the matching outfits for that. Yep, that'll be $20, thanks.
It's pretty cute.
It's very sweet, it's very cute. But both the girls have been playing it, and if one girl's wants something, the other one wants it. You can't share anything across. And something that I wish was a thing, but I don't know if it will ever be, because even Xbox tried it and they couldn't. Well, they got rid of it, but there used to be Xbox Family, and you could pay one price for, like, if you had like 2 parent accounts and 2 kid accounts, and the kid accounts didn't have, like, you know, day in day one like new release games, and then you know, obviously the parents one did, and it was like a certain amount. I think it was like $40 a month for the whole family, and like that's great. But now if you want Game Pass Ultimate, and that, like, you need Ultimate for like online multiplayer games, yeah, it's like, you know, $22 a month, which is fine when it's just you. But if you like times that by 4 or something like that, not that the girls are doing that, but I digress. The point is, in the Toco Poco Loco game, if they both want the same set, even though we're in the same Apple family, the shared purchases only exist for the game, not the extras inside the game. So I think there needs to be a meeting, a conversation about this, because maybe just people aren't talking about it, because I'd
say that, like, it's similar to Nintendo, where you can't have multiple saves on Pokemon.
I know.
You could if they wanted to, but
you can't share. You can't share anything if you've bought it online.
Yeah.
And I've been having this fight with, you know, obviously the girls are losing cartridges, but it means that I can't play the game if they
It's a bit cheeky though, isn't it? Like, I only discovered like last week about Steam, how Steam lets you have like a joint account. So like if you're living under the same roof with someone, you only have to buy a game once. Obviously, the two of you can't play the game at the same time. So
it's not even just that one game, it's the account, I'm pretty sure. So if 2 of you are logged in, it can create problems, even if you're playing separate games.
Yeah, that might make sense. It depends like how you use it, but I more see it from like, no, actually, I mean, yeah, it depends, doesn't it? Because I was going to say I was using it for a co-op, but yeah, I guess it does depend on how you do see it. But some level of sharing, I just think it's really important. Like, at the core belief, like, it's access to games, my dude. Like, people deserve to have access to games, and so it kind of makes me sad when these companies are like gatekeeping this sort of thing, because it's like, at the end of the day, like, there's people out there who are supporting themselves. There's people out there who are supporting their children just by themselves. Like, there's so many different family units that why is there not this respect of people need to share games? Like, if there's ways around it, like you're saying, Shay, if, you know, you can share all your game library, but if you're using, you know, the game that's not attached to your account, then that other person can't use it. Like, you're going to have some give and some take. So that's fine. You can't have everything in the world, but to not be able to have multiple saves, like, come off it. Come off it.
I know of a cheeky thing about game sharing amongst Xbox. So
what do we call it?
So all you have, if your Xbox book is you can. So what you can do is you can set an Xbox to your home Xbox, and you can change this when you want. I think you can change it 6 times what your home Xbox is, something like that. Anyway, the point is, if let's say, Ellie, you decide to buy an Xbox, and you're like, oh, I just, like, I don't know about this game, or I want to try it. Can I use yours? And I say, okay. So what we can do is I give Ellie my login details. She logs in on her Xbox, and she sets that as her home Xbox. Then she downloads the game from my account, and then logs in as herself and plays the game.
LA, good
Oh.
And then I would
still,
So what's that thing called? Games aren't on the discs anymore. It's that, what do you call it?
Cloud. On the cloud.
So it activates that. It delivers it to the Xbox, and it doesn't matter if that person ever who owns the game actually plays that game on that Xbox. But I think if you do it too much, you do get in trouble.
You're flagged.
Yeah, you get flagged.
Oh no.
But yeah, so you're talking about game sharing. Sometimes there have been ways you can do that, and apparently you can do it on the Switch as well, like setting primary and secondary. But I suppose again that'd be only your digital copies of the game.
Yeah. So, whereas for Switch, because the memory, it's got a really small memory, so I tend to buy my Switch games still, like physically.
Yeah, okay.
But no, it's cool. It's interesting. It's sad that it's come to this though. Like, do you remember when you used to be able to just boot up the family PlayStation? There were like multiple saves, and you were like, "Yeah, cool, done." And then you just give the disc to somebody else, and they could go play it.
Yeah.
Like,
we don't play this anymore.
Yeah. Well, like,
and we had your saves on the the save discs. Yeah.
Which was also good
the
when
memory
I remember people being like, I can't get past this part. Can you get past this part for me? And then
and you just give them
memory.
Yep.
Oh, I remember the days where you just put the disc in and play. Like, none of this downloading BS and none of this patch. And I think that, dare I say, like back when that was the thing, would it keep game developers more accountable on their work and their project? Because now with today's society, everyone's console is connected to the internet. Bestie from down the road can release a game and go, well, at least I've got it out on the deadline. I'm going to quickly work on the patch over the next few days.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pure pile of horse caca for the next few days. But hey, at least I got it out when I was supposed to, and the patch will make it all better. Whereas when you put the disc in, you play the game,
that's it.
None of that. And it was isolated. Like, that copy is your copy. Like, no one can touch it. Don't touch it. No internet, no nothing. And I think having that solidarity and isolation more so is so reassuring to, I have paid money for this game and it is mine now. Whereas have we just got a disc because it's cute and funny? Like,
yeah, that's right. It's literally worthless.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the thing that frustrates me is the constant barrage of early access games. We've spoken about this one before, and in some areas I completely get it, especially if you're an indie company and you need to keep money coming in, like, while you're doing stuff. Makes sense, fair enough. But I'm so sick of putting in hours to an early access game and then honestly not wanting to come back to it when they do an update for the tiniest thing. I'm like, yeah, cool. So you changed some stuff, but honestly, I've already played through most of your game. I don't want to play it again. And no, I didn't play through it in its finished state, but you didn't release it in its finished state. So, and it makes streaming actually really weird and confusing too. I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I've streamed a bunch of early access games, especially if they've been sent to me by devs. And then, 6 months later, it comes into full access. So it's like, yep, cool, we're done, we're happy. The updates will be releasing now. We'll just be like additions rather than stuff that should be in the main story. If you go back to try and play those games again, people aren't as interested. They've already seen it. So it creates this weird continuing issue for streamers, and I'm sure other gamers as well, where it's like, I played this game, it wasn't finished, so I put it down. I don't want to pick it back up. I've had enough.
Yeah, and because obviously early access is different than a demo. It's pretty much the game before release with branding early access, which in parentheses is just not our fault if it's shit.
Yeah, don't add us. You knew.
You asked for this.
Yeah, it just kind of covers their tushy bums being like, well, we knew and you knew, so holla. But whereas a demo is like a real cute little snippet.
Yeah.
But demos also vary in sizes too. Like I played a demo that was like 5 minutes once and I was like, wait, what? I just got into it. I was like crazy. And then I played another demo that took me like over half an hour. I think it took me like 40 minutes. And so demos are like crazy, but early access, I totally agree with you with it's a very interesting marketing method because, you know, early access sounds cool. I mean, it obviously makes people feel more important that they have access to this because not everyone always has access. And then it gets their game out, gets the hype. But is it worth it? Is early access better than maybe like a fancier demo? In times where we're really utilizing the influencer marketing scheme. So that's still in our world, like where, you know, we're not talking about beauty influencers, we're talking about gamer influencers because that's basically your top streamers really. Because a lot of the time gamers, it's hard to be across platforms, but normally the top streamers are also massive on, say, Instagram and whatnot. They're still getting pushed. Like Marvel Rivals, may I say that was marketed so hard. I was pushed for Marvel Rivals so hard. I was getting inundated emails. I'm like, it's just not for me. Like, it is not for me. And then all of a sudden, weeks later, it's almost like they got Cash Money Honey, and you see the biggest streamers like
every streamer it's just nuts. I don't want to play it.
No, and it's like, okay, but
yeah,
you've saturated the market with it now. How is it going to, I mean, it's probably going to be exorbitant amount of money. I would love to see how much money they spent with their marketing influencer campaign versus how much money that they'll draw in, because you would think that they would lose it, but it doesn't because it reaches millions of people. But I'm the same as you, Doom. It has hit me, my eyeballs, and obviously I'm on the other side of it where I do accept that I'm privileged and I do get emails of, hey, will you stream our game for us? Like, that's fantastic. I'm not loser fruit, but I'd still get emails here and there, which is absolutely beautiful. But when you're hounded by something, it's just so unattractive. It's like, baby, no, it's not going to happen. Yep. And then you see the rollout, and it was like, I was like glad that I wasn't a part of it. And now it's got its own little devil horns. It's even on TikTok, and people are talking about like the way that the women have been designed in Marvel Rivals. Like, it's its own beast now. And so
it's okay. The men look the same, really. They've really sexualized everyone, I think. So
well, Marvel does though. Like, look at the films. Like, you have people that like Chris Hemsworth, baby girl. No one looks like that. That is like rich person training for a reason. And then you have Miss Scarlett Johansson, where stunning woman. They're training to be superheroes. It makes sense that Marvel continues that weird little sexual nature that they have, that I think that is like, oh, it's adult because look at them, but also it's Marvel. It could be children too. Really weird crossroads.
According to ScreenRant.com, Marvel Rivals has reported to have made $136 million in 1 month.
I would have expected more for Marvel.
Well, it's on track to become one of the biggest live service games available. So,
does that mean I'm going to get
debuted?
It's just because it's Marvel. I don't know. I don't see the
Marvel is like a pit. Like, you can basically kind of like Disney, right? Disney Dreamlight Valley, any Disney game, you can just like, you know, Winnie the Pooh, Aurora, like Lilo and Stitch. Like, it's never ending, right? And similar with Marvel, you could have like old school Marvel, you could have modern Marvel, you could have, you know, Marvel from the films, Marvel from the comics. Like,
it doesn't end.
It's never ending.
now they've done their little university thing. It's never ending, and it can take on absolutely any format because look, we've got the films, we've got the TV, we've got the almost bloody anime, we've got the toys, we've got the Lego. Now we're getting computer well, I mean, there's been video games for ages with them, but you know, it's they
wanted
Marvel,
that Fortnite money.
They do.
That's
they just push.
wanted.
And I think that it's like the human in me, I'm like, it's disgusting. Like it gets to a point where I'm like, you need to chill out. And it just looking how big it's got, it's like, yeah, but you're not good because your game has been good. Like look at The Last of Us. That is fantastic. It stood the test of time because people loved it. People have talked about it. People have streamed it. Whereas Marvel, they've funneled so much money into the influencer campaign that people have just been brainwashed to want to try it. And then that trickles down to other streamers, and then that trickles down to the general public. And like, you're maybe only playing it because you've been brainwashed, and you're maybe only playing it because it's a trend. But it just doesn't sit well with me that you're the Nepo baby of video games. Like you've just bought your way into it. Like at least Fortnite started as nothing. Like at least Fortnite was its own entity. Like you were building forts with zombies at the start.
Yeah.
Like they pioneered their own way. Like look at you, Marvel Rivals jumping on something else. It's a bit, especially, you know, when we've got such amazing other games and indies and stuff. It just, to me, it's just powering on through to the finish line. Good for them. Good for them. Sponsor us, Marvel Rivals. Go on.
Well, maybe we'll give it a go if you want, Marvel. This is up to you. The ball's in your court. Yeah, for sure. Look, I just don't like being sold to all the time. I think maybe I'm aging in that sense, in that way, just because I've seen lots of influencers doing it, and I think that's what happens when these new games come out. They have these campaigns and they want to get as many eyes on it as possible. But for some of us who we've been around for a little while, we kind of know a little bit about what happens behind the scenes of these things. It just feels a bit icky. But when I look at the images of Marvel Rivals, maybe Shay, you can speak on this. They look like I want them. Like, is there some sort of like 3D modeling, like addiction psychology about that going on?
Yeah, no, legitimately. It's the use of colors and shapes essentially. So nothing unusual for art. Like it's always about color, shape, and line. But no, there are very specific art styles that will appeal to people more than others. And Fortnite has one. And Marvel Rivals has one. Now, it's not necessarily always going to be an exact science. Like, it very much depends on your genre, what you're trying to put out, your age group, all that kind of thing. But yes, there are ways and particular things that you can pick in the background to encourage people to want to play. And that's before you even get to sound design or like haptic feedback or anything.
Yeah. Don't like it. I was watching this show on Netflix. It's like a documentary. I think it's called like Buy Now or something like that. And it was talking about how the developers or the web designers of Amazon, when they first started moving to online, they didn't actually realize how much or like the work that they were doing, how much the work they were doing at the time would actually impact people's shopping habits, because then they were trying to convince people to shop online. So they were really delving into some psychological ways to make people want to shop online. So, for example, colors. The color of the buttons on Amazon, that was a formula. They changed that multiple times and they generated it like different colors for the same item. And then they like looked at that data and they're like, which one got clicked on the most? And then they used that color. And then obviously they would have like gotten all those numbers, right? And then like the slogan, like, you know, buy in one click and that kind of thing. They were talking about convenience. So it's like, how convenient is it to buy these skins? How good does everything look all lined up? Like what that what the wardrobe looks like, what the collection, what the battle pass looks like, the noises that makes. It's like gambling almost. It's like,
so the addictive qualities that mobile games have, they got them from somewhere, and I can assure you it was traditional marketing in other games. It's in all of the games we play that want you to buy something. That's what UI UX design is. Like, people seem to think like, oh, it's just drawing pretty pictures. No, it's convincing people, whether it is consciously or subconsciously, that they want that thing. Like, they really, really want it, and they've got to have it.
Well, it's the same with casinos. The floor is meant to be more confusing, so you're less likely to hit the exit. They don't have clocks because they want you to waste time there. There's big, beautiful lights and noises because humans like the shinies. And I think I've said it before. I think I've said it before as to why we like the shinies is because it used to mean that little glitter on the horizon used to mean water. So we've still got that biology left over, that we love glitter and sparkles because it means good things. Hence why we all celebrate with it. So all those sorts of games still keep all of that. It's the exact same as Fortnite. They all have like a certain level of gambling because they're keeping you there. They're keeping you there with the colors and the shapes, and it can be, it's unethical. Obviously it's unethical, but like, it's business, babe. Like, that's just how it is. Like, what, you're going to make a product that doesn't really necessarily want people to stay on there? Like, that's not exactly good marketing. That's not the business way to go about it.
No.
But if you're doing this,
imagine making as well like an unappealing game visually. Like, unless you're filling a very specific humorous niche, you're shooting yourself in the foot. It would be foolish. So of course you're going to try and design it in any way you can to make people want to stay.
What I'm saying is, as I'm getting older, I'm wiggling the old person finger right now. As I'm getting older, I can just tell. Tell
you can
when I'm being sold to, and I just don't like it. And then I see my children falling for this, like, Mum, look at this, and I'm like, I know exactly what that is. I know it's not worth it, but you can't put an old head on young shoulders, all that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, if you have the means to spend $15 per skin on Marvel Rivals or Fortnite or
League,
I've bought stuff in World of Warcraft. I've bought things in Disney Dreamlight Valley. I've bought additional cars in Forza. Like, it's you do you. But when you come out the gate like that, I just Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Wonderful.
Now, you mentioned that you wanted to chat about something exciting that's coming up.
Oh, yes, the gaming news. Yeah. We're finally getting to that. And I put up a poster on Threads, and I was like, if EA actually bring out The Sims and The Sims 2 remastered, like, that will heal some sort of inner, like,
I need them to bring out Sims 3 though.
Teenage trauma. Like, I think that will just heal me. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if you got to it, but it would have been like a good 8 years ago now. But EA actually released the entire Sims 2 collection for free before completely pulling it off all of their platforms. So because they were no longer going to be selling it, they were like, you can download all of it, all the expansion packs and everything for free. We won't be bringing it back. I missed that, and I was really bummed. But if they bring back a remastered version, then that's kind of cool. But are they going to do that thing where they make us pay for each pack individually again? Is it just going to be like, hey, here's remastered Sims 2, but also buy it all again? Because I will be displeased.
I'm hoping that there's like two options for each of the games, and then there's an option for all of it. I'm hoping. So I'm hoping you can buy Sims and Sims 2 just standard, and then I'm hoping that you can buy like a deluxe or upgraded version with like the greatest hits or whatever from Sims 2.
They actually used to sell those packs.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you remember them, but you used to be able to get like, packs of whatever year, or like top celebration packs and stuff like that. They kind of stopped it for Sims 3, but Sims 2 had it, and so did Sims 1, and it was a really cool thing, like if someone got it for Christmas or something, because it's like 3 new bits to a game that you already love. But yeah, Ellie, I don't know if you're into Sims, but like I need them to bring back Sims 3 remastered, because I will live in that game again.
Yeah, one of my best friends, he says like Sims 3 is elite. Like Sims 3 is the best of the best.
Yep.
So, and he is a Sims king, like absolutely loves them all.
Yep.
So I think it'll be super exciting. Like I can't not. Like I played the Lara Croft remake, like it's almost like classics. Like you can't not at least delve into it a little bit. Yeah. I think that my thing with Sims is I just end up making them do what I want to do. So I played it for like 3 days once, and it was like, go to the gym, get smarter, like cook healthy. And I was like, I'm just making my Sim do what I wish that I could do. And then
I just give my Sims magic and watch them turn people into frogs.
Well, that's
I have an alternate life. I have this basic life, and then I have like this extra life.
Yeah, which I didn't know that's what you're supposed to do. Like my friend was like, "Yeah, mine's a neuroscientist," and I was like, "What? Like I should be aiming for this." And then I started getting stressed out about all the opportunities, because there's so many like cool things to do, and so I was like, I can't do it. I want to be a scuba diver. I want to be this and the other, and so no. But I have a new PC now that I've had for the past several months, so I reckon it could hold it if that ever comes out. So exciting.
Yes. Sims, fantastic. And like I'm seeing like the Sims Creator Network, and all of that. It's all very exciting. I know there's like a bit of riffraff, talking about the Sims in that community as well. But you know what? I think it's really exciting, and like the Sims really, it's been iconic for us gamer girls. We need something to play on our $5,000 PCs.
Yeah, the guys need some way to gatekeep us. We've got to give them some easy jabs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would just like to clarify for anybody listening: if you play The Sims, you're a gamer. That is how that works, because it is a game. Yeah. And if anybody ever goes, "It's only Sims, you're not a real gamer," you punch them in the throat. It's a joke for legal reasons, but mentally do it.
That's like silly though, like considering the reason why the average age of a gamer is going up is because mobile gaming, and like you're still a gamer if you just play Candy Crush or Temple Run, or Oven Baked, the real ones know. You're still playing a game, and The Sims is, like I was literally just saying, a very complex game. Like it's got engineering, it's got design, it's got psychology, like there's so much behind that I don't understand.
Oh, it's management. It's a management game. If you play, if you play bloody Farm Simulator, and you're saying that people who play The Sims are not gamers, you just
it's not usually the farm simmers, right? It's usually, and I'm so sorry to stereotype, but this is my experience. No, not even. It's just men or dudes who play generic dude games. So COD is one of them, but also any sort of sports games, fighting games, anything like that. They're like, oh, these are real games. What you're playing isn't a real game. And I'm like, oh, okay. What? And of course, like I faced this when I studied game design. So I was literally in a course where I was one of 5 women out of 90 people. And like I come in on my DS playing Pokemon or something like that, because I wanted to, because I like Pokemon. And I'd get, oh, is that what you play? It's not even really a game, is it? And I'm like, have you listened to none of our lessons?
Yes, the next time, if you've experienced that, just the next time you see them like wearing a sports team shirt, or
it's not really a sport.
No, it's like, oh, I didn't know you played. It's like, oh no, it's just I'm supporting them. I'm like, so you're not a real sportsman, are you?
Yeah, that's okay. I guess somebody has to sit in the stands.
Yeah.
Like, damn. No, I had so little patience. I just snap back. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Oh, you could also try that. I can't say that it'll necessarily get you a peaceful resolution, but you'll feel better.
I know I certainly do. certainly after just even having that pretend dialogue, that was quite cathartic. Thank you. All right, everyone. On that note, we are going to finish up this episode. It's been a hoot as always. Ladies, anything of note that you would like to talk about for this week coming?
I'm honestly waiting for March. Okay, like a 2 Point Museum is coming out. There's actually a few games that I'm looking forward to coming out, and I'm just like,
I saw your TikTok on that.
Yes,
your little scrolly scroll. That was quite nice.
Scroll.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't really considering the amount that I play games, I don't really put up much content like only about games. I put up stuff about like, me being a goof on stream and stuff like that, but like not the games themselves. I was like, oh, maybe I should do that. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, might be
do it more. Do it again.
Yes, I shall. No, this week, honestly, it's gonna be probably, I don't know. I'm winding down on League a little bit. I've been playing it a bunch because the new season started, but now I'm like, all right, I think I'm good for a bit. I want to try something new. So I've genuinely been looking for something to play. And I just want to feel a sense of whimsy and fun again. Like I'm finding a lot of the games I play, I'm picking because I know that they're genres that I've liked in the past, but they're not necessarily bringing that sense of joy. I think I need something new. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to find out, and I'll have to tell you next week if I locate anything.
Joy and whimsy. Joy and whimsy games for Shay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Let us know.
Have fun.
All right. Ellen, I guess you'll just be doing worky works and a bit of poo-pooing maybe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of The Sims, I actually listened to I'm listening to a new singer at the moment. Their name is Karuk. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's Corook. It could be Karuk, I don't know. But they wrote a song that in the chorus they're saying like, I just want to be a sim. Like, put me in The Sims. I just want to be a sim. Like, that's all I want to do in life. And it made me think about video game songs. Obviously, I was talking to a friend about it and he was like, oh, well, it has to be like themed about, like, I wouldn't say it's a video game song, like it's a theme. I'm like, no one's standing there making a song, like a legit, not like a funny ha-ha song, but like a legit song just about it. Of course it's all themed.
There's a few screamo songs about like Zelda and stuff from like popular famous bands. It's really cool.
True. There is, but I more mean like listenable ones that just like have themes of it. Like you're not listening to it because I love
so you want
game,
it
like
sprinkled in.
Yeah, it's just more like a theme of it. You're not singing like, I love Fortnite. Fortnite's the best. Like you're not singing like that. Like you're singing your song about it, and then it's got that theme within it.
I've got some. There's this song. This chick is singing. It's like a pop-ish song, and she's singing about like how like guys are really like kind of I don't know, non-committal. Can't make. Can't commit, all that kind of stuff. And she feels played by them. And she's one of the lyrics is, you play me like a Nintendo. So there's a vibe.
Exactly. There's vibes like that. So I'm kind of drafting a little article for Quest Daily about video game songs, which is super, super fun. I think it's just fun kind of listening to a song that you really vibe with and you're like, oh my God, I love that game. So yeah, that's kind of my vibe. So if anyone has specific songs, send them my way over Instagram and I'll do the listen.
I'll send you a few because like there's like Black Sabbath and I think
Black Sabbath
System of a Down and stuff did game not game music as in like music to be in the game, but music about the game.
Just in case anyone wondered, she's
I like my metal. Like my metal and my rap. Oh, I listen to like a lot of rap and like
I saw you listening to Eminem the other day. I was like, this
yeah, I listen to like a lot of screamo and rap and like most people don't expect it. They're like, oh yeah, you're like a Swiftie. I'm like, oh, she's all right, but I like the metal covers. And they're like, what? And I'm like, I'm sorry. But no, I was listening to Hooligans. It's a rap song that I adore. And it's got all the usual shit that you'd expect, like fantastic flow, great rhymes and everything, but line after line is video game reference. And I was like, yes. Oh, video game and anime. And I was like, yes. And I love how rap now actually really includes a lot of pop culture stuff, because rap used to be very like, I'm a man and blah, 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 and being gay is bad and whereas now it's like, I don't know, man, I'm a big nerd. I sit on my couch and I play video games and I don't know, I drink some beer and maybe take some drugs. It's pretty all right. I'm like, oh, a real human. Very good. Thank you.
Again, none of this is legal or medical advice. Just letting everyone know.
No. I mean, I'd recommend video games, but like, yeah, everything else is optional. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, video games are not optional. All right, lovelies. I am going to remember to raid someone today. I'm actually going to remember to raid someone.
All right, what do we got?
And for all the audio listeners, we will see you on the next episode of Confessions of a Gamer Girl podcast.
Woohoo!
Bye.
Bye.
But for those of you that are staying, we gonna raid.
Yeah.
We gonna raid.
Who did we raid last time? Shark. Shane listens to some strange music. Whatever, Shark. Fight me. A little bit.
Yeah.
I like my music though.
Well, I feel like if you're seeing all of the music that she's listening to, I only saw a couple of things and I was like, oh yeah, go off, Queen. Yeah, that was fun. But okay, who is streaming right now that we can?
We've got Cheeky Fiamma. We've got Ginger Perks. We've got Tamagotchi. A few people. Tamagotchi is playing Marvel Rivals.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want me to just pop a raid in, or would you like to pick someone?
Yes. No, you go.
Okay. Do you remember who we raided last time? Chad, who did we raid? Send us help.
No, we've only raided recently once, and it was Tika.
Was it? Apparently it'll be in mod view. Alright, I'm switching over to this scary land of mod view that I don't know how to actually.
We're just discussing this, Shay. You're on the wrong side of the camera for mod view. What are you doing?
It's true. No, it was Cozy Burb that we raided last time.
Cozy Burb, okay.
Yeah, so let's raid Fee. Fiamma is currently digging some World of Warcraft, and I know that you have a addiction, so let's do it.
I've gotten better. All right. We'll see you next time, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Go and meet our mate, Fiamma.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
All right, we will raid 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Then we have raided.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. Oh, you may want to